like it was my house. And after they left, I was just thinking to myself, like, something's got to change. This is not okay. This ain't okay. Like, my kids would tell me, whatever you do, just call us. We don't care if you're using, we don't care what's going on. If you're going to do whatever you're going to do, but just stay in contact with us because we worry, and so being okay with them seeing me at the tent and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I would like that wasn't okay. No, in my opinion, nobody that's got kids has any business living in a tent and just not taking care of what they brought into this world. Now that I'm clean, I see that. But I ignored it for a lot of years. I've been in and out of, I'm a part of a 12-step program. And I've been in the program since I was, my son's going to be for 20 years. Been in and out because, of course, I have my son, I've had 2 times. I had a daughter. My youngest baby was EI, which is drug exposed infant. So my mother-in-law, thank God for her, because she basically cared for her. So yeah, just when my kids were visiting me, and I was okay with that, and that like something's got to change, Arian.
Say I relate, but I see my brother for the longest time before he passed away. Well, the truth is, he passed away, and when he tried to stop, it was just too late. His body was just too frail. It was just too sick, and that's what happened. He forgot about his kids. That's what it does. Did they tell you anything? Did they give you what was it? It would be nice to see, take part of view from their eyes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. But what did you see in them?
I never gave up on me. I'll tell you that. I've been in and out of 100 rehabs, and I've done this thing for a long time. And my kids were always my biggest supporters. Like, they would be like, "Mom, we want you to clean," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm going to rehab. I'm going to get clean." And it'd be a month, and they'd be like, "What's up? They never gave up on me. Never ever gave up. Hey, my number one orders.
Was it 10 years old?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And what you experience? I've seen the life. My father, he had things, but I never lived it. What was it like out there?
So it's like this is a day in the life. I was hiding my heroin use from my ex because he'll beat the shit out of me if he found out I was using black again. So we would smoke meth together, and that was okay. But if he were to find out I was doing it together, he'd be mad. So I'd get up and I'd drink my coffee, I'd make him his food, and I'd get on my bike and I'd be gone. I'd take off $5 in my pocket. I'm gonna go gamble. And most of the time, a lot of the times I won, or I see my connection, you know what I mean? And I'd get well real quick, or I'd be gone on my bike all day long. Wouldn't come home till 10, 11 o'clock at night with food and drugs and money and everything. So he wasn't worried about it. You know what I mean? Like I could have been cheating on him and he wouldn't have even known it, because as long as I brought his money and his dope and everything, he was cool with it, And it was just bad. It was just stealing from, I don't want to incriminate myself, but lying, cheating, and stealing.
Yeah, that
was a big part of it.
You gotta be careful, because you never know who's watching and listening. What have, from the person you were then, gradually, what have you learned?
Oh man, I've learned that I don't get high no matter what. I do not get loaded. I don't put one substance. I don't put alcohol. I don't put beer. I don't put drugs, meth, weed, cigarettes. I don't put nothing into my body that's going to change the way that this works. Because as soon as I change the way this works, this gets fucked up, messed up. Sorry. So
hey, real conversation.
I know. I've been trying to knock this all day to get ready for this.
That's what it is. It's real conversation, and if I can't put real conversation out there, what's the point of talking to anybody?
Right.
Some people might, hey, James, part of church, but for me, sitting down with somebody,
it's on me.
Hey, you apologize, but this is real life, real conversation.
Yeah.
And you can only change so much about a person. But like I said, what we're here for is because
Yeah, I'm working on
recovery.
stuff. I'm working on stuff. There's parts of me. I've got a lot of defects that I'm trying to work on. There's stuff that I've always thought that was okay. That now that I'm clean, it's not okay. Like I gotta be a upstanding citizen. You know what I mean? I can't still act the way that I acted back then because I'm trying to be a different person. Maybe not a better person, but I want to be a different person because better's not always better. But I just want to be different.
It makes sense. Your biggest lesson through growing up to now, with drugs, what were some losses? What was the biggest lesson you learned?
I had about a year clean, and my brother was murdered, my baby brother. And
Well, sorry about that.
thank you. I found myself in front of the connections about 3-4 times, just ready to be like, I didn't want to feel the pain. I mean, I've been dealing with loss my entire life, like my dad, my grandma's. I've been dealing with loss, and it became okay to me. But when I lost my brother, this is somebody that I grew up with. This is somebody that I've known his entire life. Like, I used to pick on him. We used to fight. I got this scar on my hand, my head from him. Like, when you lose somebody that you've known their entire life, it's a different kind of hurt. It's definitely a different kind of hurt. I felt like my eyes were puffy. I didn't go to work for a week because I couldn't even function. I just sat in the chair and I cried. And I watched my mom cry. And I watched my sisters and my brothers cry. I watched my nephew, my brother's son, just cry. And I didn't want to feel that. So when I catch myself all those times sitting right there at the connects, ready to just be like, we fuck it. I thought, like, so my dad died based of his addiction. And my brother died. He was murdered, but he was died in his active addiction. So if I use, I'm shitting all over their name. I'm shitting all over everything. They die in vain, and I'll be damned if they die in vain. So every single day I put one foot in front of the other, even the days that I don't want to, and I should suit up and I show up for myself, for my recovery, for my kids, for my family, for anybody that needs me.
That's what we can do. My biggest learning lesson for seeing my brother, and my addiction started after his. And I've always thought, like, when I seen people coming, that's never going to be me. Like, that's never going to be me. And then when it was, it's like,
until it is.
Until it is. You're like, how did like, I'm thinking, how did I get here, and why did I get it? But afterwards, it's like, what can I do to change it, and what can I do to be a better person, and what can I do to help people?
Yeah.
What is your way of how, I know I'm sure we got friends. Yeah. I'm sure we may have some family that are going through right now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That I'm guaranteed that are going through it. But the best thing we can do is be a light and actually be a testament, because you can have a testimony. If I'm wrong, we can be a testament and still not have the, why not? When you think of a testimony, people say, well, church, but a testimony is just a story of your life.
Survival.
Survival. Yeah. And what you've been through. It's just the story back and score them up.
Yeah.
What can you do to the ones that are there and, hey, look at me. If I can do it, come on. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Why not?
I mean, so like anybody that's suffering, which is a lot of people are suffering at the hands of the disease of addiction. Like all you got to do is be willing and ready, be willing and ready. And if you ever, we're on video, we're on audio, all that. If you ever need anybody, you can holler at me. I'll take you to the 12-step meetings I go to, and we can do this. I work at Alley Dog in Tulare, right? And everybody knows me as the Wiener Slinger,
Yeah.
And so like I'm good to people. Where I'm at, it's smack dab in the alley. I used to go dumpster dive in that same dumpster that all of my friends are still dumpster diving in. So there's a lot of foot traffic there. I get a lot of people that are hungry, thirsty. I get tips. I get my tip money. I buy somebody a hot dog. I buy somebody a soda. I tell, you know what I mean? I always try to speak light over darkness, like all the time. For the most part, a pretty pretty positive person. Even when I get down and out, I got a good group of people around me that pick my ass right back up. You know, I'm in the middle of trying to get started with going to college. I'm going to be an alcohol and drug counselor. I'm going to I'm getting ready to get my own place. Like there's I go to a lot. I do a lot of work in recovery. I work steps. I do a lot of stuff with all my recovery people. I'm of service and stuff like that. You know, all you just have to have a desire. You don't have to be clean. Just a desire to want to be clean, and you can get there. If I can get there, anybody can get there, and that is the truth. If I can stop doing what I was doing, anybody can.
For the ones that are watching and will be watching once releases Mass into life, the ones that we know are watching.
Yeah, right.
Right? Because come on,
we know. We know you're watching.
You know, as a matter of fact, I was getting text messages saying the sound was on mute, but now it is. So I know people are watching.
Yeah.
And it's people that we know.
Yeah.
And it's some people that we don't know.
Yeah.
So the ones that are active are on the line. What can you tell them?
Just don't give up. Don't give up. But the one thing that I've learned is you never know when it's going to be your last one. Because the ultimate high is when you die. And you never know when it's going to be your last high. I've lost a lot of friends over this last 2 years in their addiction. And you just gotta want it. You gotta want it. There's no such thing as willpower. Like, I mean, I look to a higher power, you know what I mean? And to get clean, we're not ourselves. So we can't just be like, oh, okay. Like, you have to be in a space, like I don't know how to say, in desperation. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, you do.
You know, you're not going to just be like, have a bunch of good days of being fucked up and then be like, oh, I need to get better. Like, no, you need to be in a place of complete desperation in order to even want it.
Yeah, you got to be, or in my instance, you have to have a wake up call.
Yeah.
I think, and the heaviest of because I'm saying it now, it was an addiction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though I thought I was functioning, it was. If I had to have it and I was getting it and I didn't need it, you're addiction. You're addicted to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in my case, I didn't recognize myself anymore.
Exactly.
You know, I was someone who I was acting the way I shouldn't act. You know, your body, obviously your body, you get sick, having heart problems. You know what? I'm not young, but I'm old enough to where I don't want to die in my addiction.
Yeah.
Or my living, I don't want to die in my sin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like you said, last one, it could be your last one.
You never know.
You know what I mean?
And then if you ain't right with God, you ain't right with God, you know, like it's like, I mean, I'm not a religious person, but I'm a very spiritual person.
And it sounds like you know it. You know.
Oh yeah, for
sure.
What
I mean,
I know God.
So there shouldn't be excuse to why not you shouldn't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's talk to your family members. Your family members, if they can take anything from your story, your friends, what's the best advice they can take from you, from your beginning into your end to now, into what you're doing?
Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. Life is so much different now. Like a car, job. Like I have worked my ass off this last 2 years to just become a different person. I don't want to be the person that knocks on the door and you only open the door because you're scared of me. I want to knock on the door and you open the door because I'm the shit and you want to kick it with me, you know?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that, like that's being real. Like I want, I mean, like, just don't give up. Give yourself a chance. If you have give recovery a chance. Or if you want the God thing, this, you know, whatever it is to that's going to get you out of that mess, do it. Whatever works for whoever it works for, just do it.
Yeah, you have to find that foundation.
Oh yeah.
What was it in that help that you seek? When did you just say, you know what, I need it, I'm taking it? Where did it come from?
Uh, I, I just the state of desperation. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to have a job. I wanted to do all those things that my mom raised me to be an independent woman. Like my mom worked her ass off. Our entire lives. My mom's got issues with alcoholism too, but that never ever stopped her from going to work, paying the rent, doing everything she had to do, and like I my mother-in-law, shout out mom, taught my mother-in-law, my ex-mother-in-law told me how to be a mother and how to be a wife and a nurturer because I was too hard-headed, She showed me how to do a lot to be a mother to my kids and a wife to my husband and like I don't even know where I was going from there. I don't even remember what I was gonna say, but just don't give up on yourself. Anything's possible.
Isn't mind-blowing, amazing how much more you can have?
Oh yeah.
Because for a long time, like I put myself in struggling positions.
Oh yeah.
I put myself like, man, where am I gonna get this from? How am I gonna pay this bill?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was easy enough to spend a couple $100,
oh yeah,
on my drug,
yeah,
it's like, why can't I have the hustle to get better?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I have the hustle to help somebody or to be a more productive person in my life?
Yeah,
it's amazing. Like, man, like I don't have a lot, but I have so much more now.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too. Like I the material stuff. I don't care about the material stuff. Like I've got my kids' respect. I've got my self-respect. I don't put myself in positions that I can harm myself or anybody else. I mean, unless you're driving on the freeway, get out my way. Just kidding. But like, yeah, I mean, I just the life that I live, I have everything that I need and most of the shit that I want. You know what I mean? Even the days when I'm broke, I still got $25 in my pocket. Or you know what I mean? Like or if I don't, I got people I can call that send me the money right away. Like, and they know that I'm going to get them their money back.
They trust you now.
Yes, exactly. Like, yeah, they trust me. People trust me. My boss trusts me with his money, his business, his, everything. He trusts me. Like, to have people trust you, that's good shit.
So I'm reading these comments, right?
Okay.
And you got a lot of love.
Really?
You got a lot of love. I mean, you got your son, obviously, your sisters. We're just having a conversation,
Yeah. For sure.
This is just they said it. Hey, did she ever steal a bike?
Oh man, I stole hella bikes. I stole hella bikes.
Yeah, just a comment. So it shows that people here because here are people supporting you, okay? And it shows just the person you are now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I witnessed people not make it through.
Yeah,
but whenever I come across somebody, I always gotta know what's their story. Who are they?
Yeah.
So you got family watching.
That's
what can you tell them right now? You got a grip of family watching right now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the comments are there, and it just they all love you. 100 support.
Yeah.
So
I have a lot of support.
You have there's a light in you. You know what I mean? And it seems to me right now you have a lot of joy.
It might be shiny from my dentures.
or
that good light on my dentures.
There, you know what I mean? The ones that are watching you right now, you start saying, yeah, she was a thug. You know what I mean? I'm sure. I'm sure if I know some of your family, and if I know some of your family, I know they're real. I know they're real. You know what I mean? I know that. I know you guys will mess around. You know what I mean? I know you're real about what you're real about.
Yeah.
And you're real about your conversation here.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate that you being real and not hiding.
Oh yeah, no.
Story,
there's no hiding. I'm weighing 300 pounds. There's no hiding. There's no hiding.
I mean, I come across a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I hit them up. Hey, this is what it is, and they're always down. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, they're like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like my story doesn't matter. Where's my voice gonna matter? It matters.
Oh yeah.
There's someone out there that knows us or has followed my feed or just is on my feed because they know you.
Yeah.
and they're looking for an answer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm hoping this conversation here, just if they don't change today, it plants a seed in their heart.
If we can help one person, just one person out of 500 or five whatever, you know, that's a win. That's a win for me.
Right.
You know, if I can help one person, that's a win. Because I'm used to being at the bottom of the barrel. You know, I'm used to not really giving a shit about nobody or nobody's problems but my own. Like I gotta stay high, and that's all I care about. You know, I don't gotta do that shit no more.
For the beginning, like I said, now, what is your biggest accomplishment this day? We still got some life ahead.
So
God willing, we still have life ahead of us. But to this day, your biggest accomplishment.
Every single time my kids need something, whether it's money or it's an ear or a ride or anything, they call me. That right there makes everything worth it. Everything. I got my kids back, you know? What better love is there? Like, what better love is there except for a kid and their mom, you know? A mother's love, there's nothing like it. Just like my children's love, there's nothing like it.
You've seen it because some parents don't change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like my brother, he died and it was sad. It was sad to see, and it's sad to see his kids witness it. But you beat that. You know what I mean? You changed it. You're no longer that a statistic.
Yeah.
That OD'd or is in prison.
But I was until I wasn't. Everybody's struggle takes them to a deeper and a darker place. Like I've never sold my ass for dope, but I got pretty close a couple times, you know. And there's people that do that shit, and like that's I feel like it. I mean, how do I say it? Everybody struggles goes to a different, darker place. I'm glad that I caught mine before I was dead, before that needle was fentanyl and I was done.
Wow. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you came.
Glad to.
Like I said, this is my first in person, which is pretty neat because I've heard I know a lot of people at that podcast, and I heard people say, hey, you gotta get people in.
Yeah.
Because the environment.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
The one-on-one it's more intimate. If I can say intimate,
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the vibe was there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I feel it.
The vibe's always there where I'm at.
Yeah, I know Ali, you know. So
yeah.
you two are alike. And I used to forgive my my wording, but
yeah.
I used to say, hey, Ali's a shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I get where you two are coming from.
Yeah.
You understand? Anything else you want to say? Anything you want to put in? Anything that's on your heart and your mind?
No, just pain don't last forever. Pain don't last forever. So just take it one step at a time, you know? Take life one step at a time and never give up on yourself. Because I feel like everybody's got somebody watching. You know, everybody's got somebody watching.
So you're doing the counseling.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting ready to.
You're getting. Well, how close are you?
So I have my appointment at the Department of Rehabilitation to see if they'll help me pay for my schooling on Monday. And then on Wednesday, I start my internship hours at one of the recovery homes here in Visalia. And so it's just one step at a time, you know. It's just slow but steady.
What made you want to do that? Was it just the love of people?
Always been in my heart. It's always been in my heart to all these 20 years, you know, that I had my head in my ass. Like I've always wanted to be an alcohol and drug counselor. I want to help people. And like I want to help people. Like eventually one day I want to help adolescents. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I feel like maybe if I would have had somebody to maybe steer me in a different direction, because my mom tried her hardest, but I was hard-headed. But if I would have had somebody to maybe, hey, you know, like maybe get into my head a little bit, maybe I wouldn't have. I mean, coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know what I mean? But if I can help a kid not have 25, 30 years in addiction, that's a win.
Well, for me, I see it. There's a lot of things when you couldn't do it, right?
Oh yeah, no,
'Cause
no,
like
I was loaded.
no, like I can be honest. For a while, like, I had this going. My first season I was going, and I was pumping out episodes, but I started acting a fool, and I started doing things I shouldn't do. I started acting with it for real.
Yeah,
and I couldn't be who I wanted to be, and I can't go out there talking to people like, hey, change your life. You need to do this.
Yeah,
you need to do that. Or I'm out there acting a fool.
I'd be a hypocrite. You
Yeah,
know,
well,
like don't tell me what to do while you're doing that.
Yeah, that's what it is. And now I'm finally in a better headspace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know like I was just wasting time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wasting time, just like how we all were. What are you from this day to this next 5 years? Where do you see yourself?
Oh shit. Working in a drug rehabilitation with women, helping people, you know, getting their lives back on track, getting their kids back, seeing their families, giving kids their mother back. You know, I want to have a house and maybe a bigger car to fit all my badass kids in. And yeah, I want to be in college. I want to go to college. I feel like for the rest of my life, I want to keep going to college because knowledge is powerful. You cannot ever know too much. And I feel like I just want to keep going to college to learn more and more stuff. Like get a degree in this and getting a degree in that. Like I want to stay in school. I dropped out when I was 14 and now I'm doing my GED, like out of school I graduated 8th grade and then freshman year I went for like, I don't know, a month. And then that was a wrap.
It's I want to say crazy, but sometimes we need it. It takes us a long time to get it right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But it doesn't matter as long as you get it right, and it's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. I'm 40 years old. I got clean when I was 38. Like it's never too late to do anything that you want to. You know,
it would be a nice perspective to get to see your story in your kids' eyes. You know, what do you think? What did it tell you now from then now? Do you see a change in their eyes, the way they look at you?
Oh yeah. So like I literally had to build my kids' trust back. I had to, because I've been, like I said, into a lot of rehabs. I get clean long enough just to go on my next run. So I had a bad track record. You know, my kids always know, yeah, she gets clean for a little bit and then she goes back out. So the trust wasn't there. So I've had to build the trust. I've had to individually have an individual relationship with all my kids because my kids are big now. 20, going to be 18, 16, and 13. Like they're big. So I literally had to build a one-on-one with all my kids. I had to show them like, that's the old me. It's not, you know, we're not doing that no more. And it's been a struggle. It for the first year, first year, it was a struggle. I got a lot of backbiting from all of my kids. You know, like, I don't have to do this because you were gone forever. Or you're going to have to like, oh, you don't want to do this, but you never did it before. You know, I had a lot of that for like a year. And this last year we've all got on the same page. Me and my kids got a really good relationship. Yeah.
How does that feel now?
Fucking amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
Like there's no words that I can explain like that. I go home to work every day and I go to meetings or I go home and my daughter's like, Mom, can you pick me up? I want to go to your house. And if I'm not tired, I'm like, I'll go pick you up, but be ready right now. Or my son's like, Mom, I'm going to go over there to go wash some clothes. And it's just to shoot the shit with me. You know, like there's no better feeling than to be my kid's mom. Like that is my number one prize winning thing is being my kid's mom.
And you're there, no?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure everyone's proud of you.
Thank you.
And me, like sometimes people think I'm a little too nosy, but
nah.
I love people's stories.
You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting into if you come into a podcast. You know what I mean? We're gonna get down and dirty, and we're gonna see what it is. I don't think you're nosy at all. I think you're a good host.
Well, I think you it takes a lot of practice, and it took a lot of guts to actually like, you know what?
Yeah.
I got space, and I got. You know, if it's anything, I love talking to people.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah,
so
me too.
If I happen to get a good conversation with you, and then as long as I know about you, and then I'll tell you about my own life. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as we can go.
Yeah.
See, this is good. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah, you're good.
But before we go,
Uh-huh.
anyone listening, any last words to your friends, your family, loved ones, anyone out there that's gonna happen to stumble upon this? You know what I mean?
Well, I love all my family. I love you kids, Philip, Nova, Angel, Zayden. I love you guys. If you want to, I don't know how to word it. Just if you need help, call me. If you ever need a ride, if you just need help, call me. If you're trying to get clean, trying to get with the shit, then call me. Everybody knows. I take a lot. Like I tell a lot of people, like, hey, well, I've gotten a lot of people into treatment homes because I got a little bit of a juice card. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to get in, I can get you in.
Yeah, it's always who you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so like, if anybody ever needs anything, hit me up. As long as it's not drugs and alcohol or a ride to pick up.
Yeah, no, go and hit me up too. So I want to thank you.
Yeah,
and
sure.
we're going to end this. So if you have a story or testimony you want to share, hey, you know what? Go ahead and From the Dust Podcast at Outlook.com. That's From the Dust Podcast at Outlook.com. Stories need to be told. Voices need to be heard. Don't be afraid. Like you said, hit me up. Hit her up. You know, we'll get at you if you come, you know, share your story.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get it out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Gracias.